guys, and welcome to my new channel, B Moss the Writer, and this is the Be Real Show. Today we have a group of awesome people that are going to talk to you about being single, what it takes to be single, why they still single, whatever they settle for. So I am just excited for you tuning in to my channel today. I'm hoping that you will get some great information to take away with you and to know that you're not single out here. You're just not the only one that's single. There is hope, there is help, and you can make it through this phase of your life. So sit back, enjoy, and thank you for tuning in. Hello and welcome to the B Talk Show. Today we're going to give you some awesome information from a great group of people on being single. I know that there is a concern out there with not being able to become married or just being alone in life and not having companionship. So today we're going to offer you some great information to let you know that you're not out here alone, and there are people that have the same concerns that you have. So we're going to go ahead and let my great panel introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Monique Sadler. I'm 36. I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm single and I'm happy.
How you doing? My name is Terrell Grant, 33 years old, 4 daughters, and I'm also very happy.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Holloway, and I'm 40 years old, and I have a daughter that is 16 years old. And of course, I'm happy.
Hello, I'm William Island, 34 years old, I have 3 children, I'm happy.
Hello, my name is Frances Clark, and I have a set of twins, and I am 48 years old, and I enjoy single.
So the reason for getting you all together today is just to speak to singles in general. I'm single, been single for more than 10 years, so trying to let people know that it's okay to be single, and it's okay to want somebody in your life as well. But there are a lot of people that don't know how to deal with singleness, and they feel that if they don't have someone in their life, they're incomplete. So today we're just going to discuss, and just feel free to jump in wherever you want to. I'm so glad to have the view of some young men on the panel today, because we as women, we know how to speak up, don't we? So I am just excited to have some men on the panel today. So I just wanted to start with the discussion of just ask the question, how have you handled singleness?
I keep myself busy. And I don't have a lot of time with a daughter and work, so it really doesn't, I guess, come into my mind until holidays or something like that, when people are going out. And you think, oh, I wish I could go on a date, or I could do something, and it's just like, I'm busy. I can work on that later. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Well, how I keep myself, I pray and I seek God. I have people around me also that is single that always encourage me. Also I try to like you said, keep busy, and then I kind of form a group that can also motivate me. To motivate me, and so that's why I just stay busy. I pray, I seek God. And have people around me that inspire and motivate me and encourage me.
Something for one of the gentlemen?
I guess it can be kind of, it's a diverse feeling. You don't want to end up with the wrong person, so you gotta kind of choose wisely. You can end up with the wrong person and give all your time, and time does fly. And you can end up giving it to the wrong person and just be felt like, wow, I just gave all my life to this one person and they was the wrong person. I guess you gotta kind of like just pan your life out, go for what makes you feel good. A lot of people go through life with regrets. Oh, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that. So, choose wisely. That's about best I can put it. Choose wisely.
I'm gonna agree with that. Choose wisely. One day you may be thinking you'll never find somebody, then the next day you'll see like potential in maybe 10, 15 people, and if you don't have a set list of things you want, you're gonna wind up wasting time just running around chasing your own tail. It's choose wisely. Choose wisely.
Know yourself.
Be patient. Be patient.
In order to love someone, you gotta love yourself first.
There's a lot of broken people looking for somebody to fix them that aren't willing to fix themselves.
We got men on this set today. Stephanie?
I would agree with both of them. Choose wisely who you invest your time in, because when you invest your time, it's like investing your money, and you don't want to just invest your time or money into someone that you're gonna lose out. So you just gotta pray and choose who you pick to be in your life and to take up your time and space.
I heard choose wisely. You know, there's a saying that there's an 80-20 rule. Now, I'm not real sure what 80-20 is. And then I hear people say 50-50. My take on that is if you have two broken people, when they come together, they're just two broken people put together. So I say fix you and make you whole. Because when you fix you and make you whole, then when you find that person, if they're not whole, you don't want brokenness in your life. So what are you willing to sacrifice, or I don't want to say sacrifice, what is it that you're not willing to sacrifice? What you're not willing to sacrifice in a relationship or settle for in a relationship? Because we all have something, trying to make it work. You know, maybe I don't like smoking, but he's 6'2" and bringing the money and he smoke, okay, I can put up with that. What are you not willing to sacrifice?
If the man don't know Christ, if he does not have a relationship with God, because the Bible says we can be unequally yoked. And I don't want anyone that does not reaching for Christ, and I'm reaching for it. We're not going to be on the same page. And God is the center. He's the most important thing of any relationship. And without him being in that relationship, you just have a relationship with a lot of ups and downs and no foundation, because he makes the foundation. And so I will not date anybody that does not live for Christ. That's just my heart.
Okay.
I agree that it's religious based, that sometimes I want to be on the same page with, you know, whomever, and their religion should match mine. I don't think that we'll agree on every single thing, but that should be one of the things that we do come together on, and drive and motivation. It doesn't do me any good if I'm with somebody who has no drive or no motivation to do anything. So
I think that goes back to knowing yourself. A lot of people go through life and they don't even know what makes them happy. So, I mean, you got, like you said, you got to know yourself. In order to even be able to deal with someone else, you got to be able to deal with yourself. You know, a lot of people get with someone in hopes that they can fill a void, and that's not the way to go at all. So, you know, as far as sacrifice, I guess the sacrifice would be know yourself first before you even decide to put someone else in your life. Because you can tear them apart as well as be tearing yourself apart, just not knowing who you are.
With your, and I understand what you're saying about the equalness in your walk with Christ. Let's just say that there is a young man that is interested in you, and he's seen your walk with Christ, and he knows your walk with Christ, but he's just not there yet. How do you handle that? How do you turn him away? You ain't saved, so I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because we have to understand, we want to be equally yoked, but equally yoked does not always mean that he understands what I understand, but he has a heart for God. He has a heart for God. And in that, he will, in time, elevate there. So do we just discount that?
I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make. Because this man is not 6'5" and he go to church every Sunday, or he got a blue collar job and he drives this type of car, or that he does this, that we don't want to deal with them.
Mhm.
And so sometimes we lose out on that man that may look nerdified or may not dress the best the way we want him or look a certain way. And we lose out on someone who can come into our life and give us everything that we need.
Mhm.
So sometimes it takes you just to get to know a person, give them a chance and an opportunity, because you never know what you're going to run across. Yeah, we all have had bad relationships and we've all dealt with things in everybody's life as we're not where we want to be. So it's going to take a little time. So it's all basically like getting to know a person, and you can tell where that level is and what they're trying to do after you done spend some time with them and you done talk with them.
Mhm.
If they're not on your level after you done spend time with them and see that they're trying to grow, then you cut it.
That's right.
But give somebody a chance, an opportunity, because your level with God and their level with God might not be panning out, but at the end of the day, is he growing? Is he trying to do this? Is he trying to do that? And sometimes that's where we mess up at, not giving somebody the opportunity, because everybody gives. You got to give everybody opportunity. Like your job give you an opportunity to come in and prove yourself. You got to give that partner an opportunity to come in, show what they have to offer to you. Because right off the bat, you're not going to find out everything about a person. I know people who's been married 40, 50 years, and they be like, if I had known you was like this when we left, we wouldn't even be together. But once again, what people fail to realize, communication is, other than God, communication is the number one thing in a relationship.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying. One thing about me, and it's just me, I pray before when anybody come in my life.
Mhm.
When it comes to male, I have to pray and ask God, what is his assignment? What is his
Right.
purpose in my life?
Absolutely.
If the man is not the assignment or purpose in my life, if he's not even my husband, I'm not going to entertain him.
Mhm.
Because when you entertain, your emotions get involved.
That's right.
And once your emotion get involved and he's not your husband, you still out of the will of God. And you entertaining a person that is not really for you at the moment. Yes, we could be friends and I can say something, he can encourage me.
Mhm.
But I know me,
Mhm.
I don't want to entertain. Flesh is flesh.
That's
no matter
what it
how
is. That's
spiritual
right.
you
That's
are,
right.
flesh is flesh. You entertain that, their emotions get involved, get
Mhm.
tangled up, and there are some things that is probably what happened. That's where the brokenness, that's where we
Yeah.
get broken up relationship, is because we don't pray and ask God, what is the purpose of this person? This is
Mhm.
man, or this woman is my wife, is this someone that you're called in my life? And if we don't pray and ask God for that, you are going to have a lot of bad relationships. And that's the whole thing about it. That's why I say God is the foundation of any relationship. And if you don't put God first in that, pray to God, God, why is he here?
Mhm.
Because one, I'm 48 years old.
Anybody got
I ain't got time for all that. I done that. I've been down that road. I played
No,
that
you
game.
will be not.
I done played the game. And just to tell my story, I was a woman that slept around. And I'm going to be raw and be real.
Mhm.
I was a woman that slept around a lot when I was younger. Sugar daddies, I had 65-year-old men, I'm 23, I used them, I abused them, and I got to the point when I decided I'm going to really live for the Lord. I didn't want to get into a relationship that is going to hurt me, because I was still hurt in the relationship that was messing around with these men, because I was still trying to fill a void, what this brother was saying. I was trying to fill a void. And these men was the void, but I was hurting myself as well as theirs, because I got their emotions too.
Right.
You know, I was like a cat and a mouse. You know, I get you when I want you, I want your money, I get you, and then I just throw you to the side, and there's another one. So when I'm older and I'm 48 and I don't have time to entertain and mess with my emotions or the person that I want to talk to emotions either. So you have to pray and ask God, why is this man in my life? Why is he here? Is he here to help build me? Is he here to minister to me? Is he's my husband? And if he's not, I'm not going to entertain him.
Right.
And I give anybody a chance, and I do listen to him, but I will not entertain that, because I ain't playing with this flesh.
I know that flesh,
man.
but hey.
This thing is real. This thing is real, man. I don't care. You can be saved to your 20s.
Come on
from
now.
the time you were 5 to 40. This flesh is still ones that I want it,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I know the scripture says, do not awake love before it's time.
I love it, yes.
Do not. Because I promise you, we as women, we attach quickly. Because it's in us. That's our makeup. We're caretakers. And before we know it, I know me. When I invest in you, I invest in you. Hey, if I got to borrow some money to invest in you, I'm going to invest in you. But then I find myself with no return on my investment. I found that a lot, no return on my investment. And you get the, you a good woman. Really? Evidently you don't know what good is. I'm just saying.
Right.
So, like she said, this flesh wants what it wants. It wants what it wants. And we're speaking from the standpoint of the spiritual standpoint. But guess what? Even in sin, there's the spirit.
Yes.
There's still a spirit even in sin. So you're going to have to deal with the issue of why you go from relationship to relationship. Or why you're not ready to commit. What makes you ready to commit? Let me ask that. What makes you ready to commit? How do you know that you're ready to commit? Me? Because I'm done with all the foolishness. I'm done. You got 5 minutes. You ain't got but 5, and you done already lost one of them. So, because this is what I want. This right here is what I want. Now, can we compromise? Absolutely. But am I going to just mark off 10 things on my list just to be with you? No, I'm not. What makes you want to commit?
Being around a person, we'll say potential, and seeing where their head's at, how they handle different situations, what their goals are. Personally, I can't stand stagnant. I can't stand somebody that's just living just to get by. I don't like survival. I like to thrive.
Okay.
So I need people I like to be surrounded by ambitious people. So I'll feed off of them. Like I want more, these people are getting more or want more as well. And that just helps me. If I can't get with somebody that's just existing, like somebody that's thriving, trying to build something, help people, do something, just nothing. Nothing is acceptable. Lots of people around here doing nothing for a long time.
I enjoy the fact, we have a saying, well, they do, not me necessarily, that, what you gonna bring to the table? But from my standpoint, I already have the table.
I like that.
I have the table. I have the house. I have the career. So what are you gonna bring? That's a standard. And I'm not willing to lower my standard. It's not that I'm not materialistic, but if I worked for all of this, why would I let you come in and tear it down? Or just sit back and relax? The thing that I say, that I no longer want a man to come and lay on my sofa, watch my TV and eat my popcorn. Why can't I come to your house, lay on your sofa, eat your popcorn? You see what I'm saying?
Without mama being in the kitchen.
Yeah, because we as women, that's what we do. Come on over. Come on over. I'm a cook. No, you cook. Why don't you cook? Why don't you? And we as women, we give out too much information at one time.
Thank you.
Too much. We give
Not just women.
It's not.
bad.
Men do it too.
Oh wow,
People-
good. That makes me feel good.
People give too much information now. The world is set up for it with social media. People just spill all their info and then look shocked when you know something. How you know? You put it on Facebook.
Right,
You've been
right.
talking about it to this person, that person. You didn't keep it to yourself.
Right.
So don't be surprised when everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised when people already have an opinion of you and things like that before they actually meet you, because you've put everything out there all the time. All the time. And nobody thinks twice about it until they're confronted with it.
Yeah.
And then they keep doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do we feel about relationships being put up on Facebook? I for one, I wouldn't put mine up. You find out when you found out. I didn't know. You sure didn't.
I don't care. I don't care either way. I don't like all the if you have a great relationship, I'm glad you like to share, but there's no need to plastic everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
I think
Look at us
sometimes
here, look at us there.
it's set up for a downfall. Sometimes, yeah, you happy that you got in a relationship you're in, and you put it out there, and then everybody, who your new boo, and who is, and then you got everybody else trying to hit your inbox up. What's up? I can see your post. You know, you good with all of that. Like, what he do? I do this and all that. What he doing for you? And so you go through that. You got all these people hitting you up, all in your business, and then y'all don't work things out. Something happened, and a week later y'all broke up. And like, what happened to your boo? You single again? So sometimes it can, it's cool, and sometimes it's just leave it alone. If you find out I'm with somebody, then you find out. But I'm not gonna just throw it out there. I learned from my past relationship, just leave it alone. Because, like I said, they be all in your inbox. Oh, he got a chance. I ain't get a chance. What he doing for you? I mean, I'm just like, really? Sit that down somewhere.
I want to apologize on behalf of men everywhere. I have a lot of female friends, and I've seen the stuff that pops up in y'all's inboxes, and I'm sorry.
You know that ain't pop up in?
I can't believe some people are so bold and brazen and just no respect. Your first message to someone ever is just trash. Like, what you can't talk to people like that.
Right.
But then again, that's also who you call your friends. So I mean, people are inboxing me that don't know me because I'm not gonna entertain it one, but I mean. Who's talking to you like that? And why are they still there?
It's the randomness of people nowadays that just, like I said, out of nowhere, not knowing the person from a hole in the wall, just sending messages like that. It's like, how? Why? What made you? No, stop. Think twice about stuff before you do it. That's what I was telling my children too.
Mm-hmm. I think people do that, and it goes back to what Wham and Terrell said, that the void. And that void there, trying to fill the void. And I think they put it up because there's an insecurity on that part. And when you're insecure about you and you're not sure what you like and who you like, and if you love yourself, and that's the whole thing y'all said, love yourself, you do those things. You throw out all this stuff on Facebook because people don't have to know all your relationship. When you confidence in you and who you are, you don't have to broadcast anything about who you are. So when people say, well, I didn't know that, I don't need to broadcast. I'm confident in who I am. And I think that's the reason why people plaster their business out, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, they going out, oh yeah, we watching a movie. We don't need to know what you're doing. Enjoy your movie, amen. The world don't need to know. But it shows there's something lacking in them. Something, again, void that they're trying to fill. And one thing about putting stuff out on Facebook, like you said, everybody will know your business. And when you do that, you get to a place where you have set up yourself for fall or brokenness in the relationship all the time, because you not only got one guy looking at you on Facebook and they see you going from one relationship to another. You got many guys, and this is where people are hitting up and you don't know. They are hitting up you because you put all this stuff up, and these guys, oh, she must go through relationships. She must be easy prey. Let me go and see if I can inbox her. She might go out with me. So you setting yourself up for more falls because guys going to inbox you when you done put your relationship up. You done went out with this guy and you broke up with him last week, and then you went out with another guy and you broke up with. Well, why is she? With people mind, they don't think something wrong. Guys, some guys, not all guys. Not all guys. Guys that has an issue too with the void. They are seeing that that's a potential to get a relationship with a woman, because they, even though we may not say it, but these guys feel there's a void. They see it, they feel it, they know you broken, they know you're insecure, and it's easy for any guys that can slip right on in. And if you're kind of person that you need a man to encourage you to, oh, how beautiful you are, to feel good about who you are, and for you to, oh, thank you. then you got a problem.
Yeah, you have an issue.
You have a problem, and that
With
means,
self-esteem.
again, go back to that.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
it
with
is.
self-esteem.
And what these young men said, there's a void, there's a not loving yourself. God said something to me, I know I want to say, go. He said something to me the other day. He said, when you learn to love me, fall in love with me, then you wouldn't have to worry about not doing what I asked you to do.
Right.
Not walking in my will. And he's brought out even the relationship. It's just like a man and a woman getting in a relationship. When you first get in, you just happy. You are. And you want to hear them. You want to know everything about them. You spend that time. And when you do that, you get that trust in them. And when you hear them tell you something, you want to do whatever they want you to do because you trust them. And God said, when you fall in love with me and get to know me, you're going to trust me. And when I ask you to do something, there won't be no fight. There won't be no struggle.
Well.
It's like, what you want, Daddy? What you want, Daddy? And that's what we need to have. First of all, having that love for ourselves. First of all, having that love for God. Having our love for ourselves. And it wouldn't be a problem when these men come with all the craziness and these women come with all this craziness. They kind of pick it up. Oh no. It'd be like what is a magnet, not a magnet, one of them blip, 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 blip. Oh, shut it down. See you later. Bye-bye. You go. Because you don't want it, there's a mess right there. You can smell a mess. A guy can come, oh no, you mess. See you later. But anyway, it's
Why do we overlook the obvious? Why do we?
Desperation.
You know what? These men let y'all have it this morning, ladies. Desperation. Yeah.
Desperation.
Yeah.
I've seen it too.
Terrell, what do you think? Why do we overlook the obvious? I mean, it's not, I couldn't see the forest for the trees. Baby, the forest is the trees. So, why do you think I'm going to ask you from a man's standpoint, why do you think women overlook the obvious?
I think, go as far as my aspect, we want someone to give us a chance. A lot of the stereotype is black men. We got a bad stereotype. Oh, you done been in prison. Oh, they out in the streets selling drugs. Oh, they having kids, not taking care of their kids. So we're willing to pretty much just give up everything just for the opportunities to say, okay, I was given a chance.
That's good.
Society don't give much of a chance, so we try to get that one chance by any means necessary. Like I said, that stereotype is something serious. To go back to the last question, I don't know where I was going at with it in my head, but society puts stuff out there like Facebook and Instagram to really draw you away from God. I mean, if you're looking at the times and look at all these rockets and stuff, never in the history of presidency have we ever had so much of an uproar as of who won the presidency. And America feeds you what they want to feed you, So you go back to the biblical times, relationship was man, woman, marriage, kids, thus forth. Nowadays, woman to woman, man to man. You got family members sleeping with family members. And I was having a conversation with somebody. Go back to like Sodom and Gomorrah. God was ready to destroy earth because there was just so much of ungodliness going on. And it wasn't even not one. He said, if it was one, will you save? And he said, yeah, I'll do it for one. And he couldn't find one. To the point where they was ready to rape and sodomize him,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they put these things out there to deter you, from the big picture, which is God. Everybody has this, is God white, God is black. It's not supposed to get into that, but I have my own views on that. But, it's just like the world, the devil's always at work. So there's just a lot of turmoil, and as much turmoil as he can create, he's going to create it. Basically, that's all it's about. We're looking for that one chance because of what society has put out there.
It's good. I like that. As women, why do we've created in our mind what we want. We can say whatever we want. I'm just not going to 5'4". I like 6.
Amen.
I just like 6. 6 and above. That's what I like. You know. But like you said, why don't we give? What causes us not to give the 5'4" a chance? Is it because he's 5'4"? Basically.
You like what you like.
Yeah.
That's what's like. It's like even with food. You know what you like, and that's what you prefer. I don't want steak. I want shrimp. I don't want shrimp. I want chicken. So I mean, we all have what we see and desire in life. Like we know where we want in life and what we trying to do in life. So we look at our partner. What they trying to do? Are they trying to go somewhere? Are they going to stay here? Are they comfortable where they at? Are they trying to grow? Or are they just gonna just be there and I'm gonna go here? No. When you get in a relationship, you want somebody who's gonna y'all can work together. I'm not down for this 50-50 thing. My thing is, when you get in a relationship, you need to both give it your all at all times. It ain't no 50-50. It ain't no 80-20. The 80-20 comes in when you going out here and you looking for somebody else and you done fell short on the stick of she don't have what I got. She not doing what I'm doing. So she the 20 because I'm the 80 because I have my business, I have my home, I have my car, I have everything going for me. She don't have anything going. She taking you for what you worth. She taking all your money. She's sleeping in your bed. She driving your car. So therefore that's where that 80-20 come in. But when relationships come in, this 50-50 mess, no. These days it takes 3, 4, 5 people to make a living in a household.
Yeah.
So it ain't no 50-50. I mean, you wash dishes, you gonna cook, we gonna take out that. We gonna have to do it all together.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you get in a relationship, you know, you study saying I because you ain't got used to that we because most of the relationships you've been I.
All right.
So when you have somebody that comes in and is we because you've been used to I because you've been doing it all. You ran the relationship. So no, it's not no more 50-50s. It's not. It's you gonna do it. We gonna do it. We all gonna do it because the kids gonna pitch in and gonna do too.
Right.
You know that's the only thing that's gonna make relationships work these days. It's no I. It's everybody got to jump in and be a part of it because that's the only way you're going to live today in society with the way things are going right now. We're going to need each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just couples, but I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you hit on something because that I, and I think that's what breaks up a lot of marriages. And when they go in, they still have that mindset is I, and it's not we like you said, and that's where the marriages are being broken up, and there is a lot of issues going on. I make the most money in the house, and it's not that we come together, and the scripture says when a man and woman get married, they come as one. They keep keeping it as two separate, and so I think that another reason why a lot of us as single women and men are not married because God's trying to work on that, trying to get that I out of us. To get rid of, listen, you got to get to a mindset there's someone else going to come in and also in your life that you can't just put you.
Right.
And God is working on me now because I've been single all my life. I've never been married. So I'm used to doing things for myself. And lately, he's really been working with me for a year to get to the point of preparing myself for my husband to come in and gotten out of being prideful, being independent, because I did this.
That's all you know.
That's all I know. And so he's working on that with the getting rid of that. So I will be able to walk with my husband in. So I won't put him in a place of making him feel like that he can't do nothing for me.
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm in my place, in my position when he's there, when he comes there. Give him the opportunity that God has already set him in place to help me.
Yes.
But see, once again, where all that lies in is in communication.
Yes.
A lot of people say don't go into your relationship telling them what you've been through in your past. But in order for somebody to understand you, they got to know what you've been through and what not to do, so it won't, you know, be like, oh, yo, I don't want to deal with that. So to me, when you enter into a relationship, I think that you need to let them know, look, this is what I dealt with in my past. Not because you just want to throw it at them, but they need to understand, you know, why you've been hurt, why you feel the way you do, why you have trust issues, why you're going through what you're going through. Because if you don't allow that person to know what you dealt with and what you're doing, they will never understand you. They will never understand why you react to them the way you react to them. So therefore, when people say, don't tell people what you went through in your relationships, why not? You just want them to come in head on, and you like, you ain't think I'm that. You don't love me. You know what I'm saying? You have to tell them, look, I've been in a relationship where I was abused. I've been in a relationship that I was cheated on. I've been in a relationship. This is what happened. You got to let them know what you dealt with and what you've been through in order for them to understand you. Because most of the people out here, they don't, and it goes back to parents. When your parents you don't get that love and nurturing from your mother, from your father, then it affects you for the rest of your life. It affects your relationships. It affects how you look on the outlook of another woman or man. And people don't realize that how you brought up and the love that you get inside your home actually affects your relationships. And a lot of people don't look at it like that, but if you think about it and you go back and you play things back with who you done dealt with and what they came up and how they was raised, love, nurturing, communication, affection. A lot of people out here don't even have affection because you know why? They never got it when they was a child. So they lack that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
I agree with you in certain in a sense of telling people what you've been through. But again, it goes back to William and Darrell saying about being careful earlier, wise who you talk to.
Right.
And I think when you do that, when you express what you've been through, make sure the person that you're telling it to is that potential person. Because I'm ministering and mentoring so many girls has been, soon as on the first date, the second date, they telling everything. And what happens is that gentleman began to use what they gave to them and abuse that. So I think I do agree in a sense of telling the person that you are potentially having that relationship. It's going to be an ongoing, it's going to be your wife, it's going to be your husband. But if you using that and you telling it in the beginning of the relationship, man, get ready for a beat down.
Well, it's always a process.
It is a process, and I do agree with the love situation. I think when you grow up, like you said, it is in the relationship you get, and I think that it does shows what kind of friends around, what you just said about the love and the affection of your family. It shows what kind of friends that you are around. And because if you notice, if you are in if you're a person in a relationship or any friendship, those people around you, most of the time, they're having the same issue you're having. Because kindred spirits connect. If I'm a person that I've been broken, I've been abused, I'm around broken, abused people if I have not been delivered, if I have not getting healed. I'm around people that been through all the hurts, who have not grown up in a home with affection and love. So I'm surrounded my people, my friends, and those I associate with. They are the same way I am. And so it's hard to, and that's another thing where you have to do a change. Because in order for you to have somebody better, you have to change sometimes what's going on within, especially if you're in that place of brokenness and you always have a problem. You have to change your environment, change the people that you are with. If they are doing the same thing you are doing and they are not getting anywhere, that means something is wrong. If you are attracting the same guys all the time, if you're attracting that man that's always going to verbally abuse you, and you say, "Oh, why can't they love me? Why can't they?" Because they can't love you because you're not loving yourself, man. You're attracting what what you want. Because really, even though we may not say that, we don't want to be, our spirits are attracting what it wants, because that's what it's used to getting. It's used to being, that's why the same guys with the same problem, doing you the same way, is keep coming to you. They like a magnet. In order for you to have somebody different, in order for you to have somebody better, you need to change the better in you, for the better in you. Change you so you can get better.
Right.
Change you so you can change, so you can have someone that is different from what your other relationship that you had, and there will be a change going on. It's a chain of reaction.
Can we change
We
it?
are talking too much.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to take people as individuals and stop lumping everybody together
Well, you
and
better say it.
stereotyping them. Because all this, men are deadbeats, all this, oh, I'm sick of this kind of woman with all this attitude and stuff like. Why do you keep getting that kind of person?
Okay.
All women don't have attitude.
No.
Even women with attitude don't always treat all people like that. So why are you always getting that?
Right.
Why are you
Right.
always picking up deadbeats? Why are you always getting drunks?
Mm.
Why are you always
Wow.
getting people that party all the
Say
time?
it.
You cannot keep picking up the same people and keep blaming the people.
Ooh,
Wow.
you better say something.
Nobody wants to look at themselves and find fault with themselves.
Mhm.
I do it every day. I know what I do wrong on a
Yeah.
daily basis
Yeah.
because there's no way to get better unless you do it. You need to admit when you're messing up. You can't
That's
keep
right.
blaming everybody else.
That's right.
'Cause eventually it's your fault. You keep getting in bad situations, look at yourself. Why? Why?
Yeah.
You can't keep blaming everybody else.
Okay, that's self-evaluation.
I think that's that quote, in order to, how they say it, the first step to recovery is actually
It's to
realizing
admit
that you
it,
have a
yeah.
problem, that you
Yes,
actually
you
have
have
a
to
problem.
admit it.
And that's the hardest thing for people to do.
So as you can see, my panel have, they have really spoken some really great information. The thing that I got most from it was you have to deal with yourself, deal with your issues before you try to deal with someone else's issues. This has been an awesome, awesome discussion. But guess what? It's not over. We're going to come back, do part 2, talk about being single, talk about what we want as singles, talk about who we want in our life as being single. So thank you for tuning in to this portion. We'll see you on the next go round. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.